Morning, friends. Morning. I'm going to shut that door a little bit. You don't get the glare from the light. Let's put our sign out. Good morning. Hello. I'm just on a minute early, seeing if we get it going here. It takes a while. So if you're here, let me know. If you join on, I'd appreciate it, so we know if we are live. Let's get out again. So it's Happy Monday. Monday. There we are. Good. Okay, so it's 10 o'clock. It's Make It Monday time. And as you hop on, say hello. Let me know you're here, how your weekend was. If you did anything fun and exciting, that'd be fun to share. So maybe we could chat about it. It's been a busy couple weeks for us here at this house. My youngest son moved, and he's starting a teaching job today. So send good thoughts that it's just the teacher stuff this week, but still, it's a new job, new adventure, all that good stuff. He did let me know he got up on time and got going. So that's good. All right. So we have been working on our fun papers. Remember, we did some papers with the jelly plate, and we're going to use those today. We're going to create some stuff and different ways to do it. And then I have 3 cards that I thought we would make or use them in that. I don't think we're going to totally complete them because they're going to be however we want to finish them. But we can chat about different ways to do it, how we can modify and adapt, just what tools I'm using, anything, whatever questions come up. And if you're watching this on the replay, thank you. And you could put questions in the comments and I will answer them. So let's get started. I'm going to get started here. I can hopefully see comments if you pop on. All right, so if you remember, we did a whole bunch of papers like this, and I called this our large snippet roll. And then we did a lot of papers on the jelly plate, and I have tons over here. So I thought it's school time. So let's create, and it's getting close to fall. So the ones I thought we would do would be an apple, a leaf, and maybe a school bus. So let's see how those turn out. So let's start first with the leaf. Now I found some stencils that I've had for ages, and you guys might even have some. So here's our leaf. So I have my big paper, or I can do it right on the paper that we created. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, I traced it out. I took the stencil and I traced it out. Now I also have this. So let's talk about modifying and adapting for a bit. Some of our friends might have trouble tracing out around this shape, but they might be okay tracing in this shape because it gives them a little bit more boundary. And let's see if I can find, I love if you're going to trace with something, this is called a friction pen. Now this way, you know, we often go outside the lines and things don't always get lined up. But when you heat this up on your paper, this disappears. So this is a great way. So no oopses, don't worry, okay? The other thing we can do is trace on the back and then cut it out. It just would be probably reversed, but that's okay. All right, so one simple little thing, like we could just start and doing a simple shape. And then we could cut this out now that we've created this fun paper. And this is a great activity for somebody if they are really good at cutting out. Plus, we've had put several layers on this paper, so it's a little thicker. So it gives more what I call feedback to our hands when we're cutting it out. Thin paper doesn't give a whole lot of that out. So if I say they have poor body awareness, that might be a little difficult if it's just really thin paper. Okay, so look at just simple shape. I'm not sure what we'll use this for, but it's cut out. So, okay, let me move that one aside. Let's work on this paper, okay? So I started and I traced out the leaf, either by this or the other one, okay? And just so I can see it better, I'm gonna go over it with my marker. Now, if you're afraid, somebody else could do this for you, but I'm just gonna trace over the lines. Might give me a little bit more area to cut out. And how many of you bite your lip when you're doing stuff like this? I do, so I apologize if that looks kind of funny, but I think it helps me concentrate. Did anybody get any rain? We needed rain, so we have gotten a little bit, so that's good. I'll be anxious to see if I go up to the park later for a walk. A few of the ponds up there we're kind of getting bare, no water. So it'll be interesting to see if water has come back. They're getting filled back up. Okay, so we have it traced out. So I'm gonna cut it out. Or maybe use some littler scissors to get, because it's a little bit more intricate. Now this might be something the caregiver could cut out. You know, you created the papers, and then they could cut it out if that's not something that you're able to do, which is okay. We all have our strengths. I'm going to cut this out. This is good practice for getting around edges. And if you go outside the lines, it's okay. No two leaves are the same, are they? I'm going to cut that away. And you might be able to do something to these edges. Maybe you don't want to use the marker, but I did that so you could see. Hopefully it still looks like a leaf when I finish cutting. And I'm a darn lefty, so sometimes it's a little challenging, especially when I'm trying to show you on camera. But you'll see it in a minute. You can let me know if it still looks like a leaf. Round and around and around. Almost there. There. Okay. Does it look like a leaf? I think so. Now, you could, if you didn't like that edge, you could even take a colored marker and go around the edge. I just happen to have this gold. Let's just see how it works, okay? I got this gold. I'm going to try it down here. And go around the edge. Here, I'll show you when I... See? Can you see where it's gold? Let me just do the whole thing. That way it can cover up where the black line was. And I'm just letting you know this gold marker that I'm using, whew, it's got some heavy scent. So if that's something that bothers our friends, be careful when you're using some of these. You gotta check them out. I'm gonna go around, just giving you ideas. Might not cover up all the black on this, but it's still okay. It's quite all right. It's making our underpaper looking kind of fun under here with some gold. There's lots of different gold, or you could use another color, like a green or another brown. Okay, so see how that's a little bit better? It's not as dark, right? I don't think. So we have a leaf to use. Okay, let's move that one aside. All right, let's work on our apple. Now, there's two ways we could do the apple. We could cut it out, like I traced it on here. But I'm going to rip some red paper. So remember we said we would do some ripping. We got some lighter red. And to glue it on, you could use your Mod Podge or any glue. I think I'm just going to use my glue stick today. What do you think of that? And let's tear some green. Let's find some green paper. Let's just use, let's see, I know we got some green. We have lots of paper. Let's use this. We got this deli paper. Let's see how this works for the stem and the leaf. Let's see how that works. Let's see. Yeah, never know. That's why we do this, to give it a try. Okay, so I have my papers, and we'll get more. And I have my glue stick. And I'm just gonna put that glue on. Oh, my table's squeaky. Sorry about that, guys. Maybe you can't hear it, but I can. Okay, again, I outlined this with a black marker. There were two reasons. One, so I could see the outline, and two, because it can go in on the back side. And so after I put all this paper on here, where's my apple? But I can see it from the back, and then I can cut it out. All right, so let's put some paper up here. We might have to put more glue. And if you don't like getting your hands sticky, then maybe use a brush. Use your Mod Podge. It is a bit sticky, I'm just letting you know. Or you could put your just regular glue. Yeah, I think I might, I'm just letting you know, I might use a little paintbrush or something with glue on this rather than my glue stick, just because it's pretty darn sticky. I would agree. But since I started this way, I'm going to finish it off. And then I can always seal over top to make sure everything stays down. That's a red piece. Let's put that there. Okay. Cover it up with some glue. I'll have to let that dry good. I don't know if we'll have to see if the dryer works on it too. Okay, let's put some more glue. Now it's time for the red for our apple. Did you guys do any crafting over the weekend? Just wondering. I was out in the sunroom because it was so nice and bright. Okay. Sorry, I don't know why that went to a darker screen. Maybe we got a phone call or something. Don't know. Think this is going to look like an apple? I think so. Remember, if you pop on, say hello. Oh, good morning, Marlene. Good morning, good morning. I know my friend here that's watching had a busy weekend and a fun weekend. She's such an artist. Now, we're getting sticky fingers here. So, what do you do if you have sticky fingers? Well, you wash them, right? But if this bothers you, you can wear gloves. And many of my friends wear gloves. They do not like that feeling of getting... Well, I'm glad you popped on to say hello. I appreciate it. You know you always can watch the replay, but I appreciate you popping on. Don't let anybody know you're watching while you're working. No getting into trouble. Okay. Guys, I think this might look like an apple when we're done. What do you think? Here, I'll hold it up. I think that looks like an apple. I'm going to get my dryer and just dry it a bit, see if that helps, and then we will cut it out. Yep, that's helping. Hey, Paula, good morning. Good morning, fellow OT. How are ya? Thanks for joining in. We're just making some simple with torn paper. And I made this apple, and now I'm gonna cut it out. We did a leaf. And so I'm gonna turn this over and cut it out. Okay, so I'm on the back side. So that way, you know, if you do this part, you're like, where are my lines? So we're gonna put it, we're gonna turn it over. Sorry, I was reading the comment. I was having a hard time reading and talking at the same time. So, and remember, this could be difficult for many of my friends. So it is okay. Remember, we talk about partner activities. They could put the papers on this side, and then their caregiver can cut it out. Now there's also shape punches that you could use. Oh, I think that turned out pretty good, don't you? I think so. Okay, so we have a leaf, and we have our apple. Let's trace our school bus. Okay, so I have, remember we were doing all those fun papers, so I have this yellowish paper. So let's use this for our school bus. Now, in amongst all this mess, let's see if I find my school bus. Yeah, all right. So let's first start with this one, and we're going to trace it. And then we can put this one in there to get the windows. All right, so I'm just picking a spot on here on my paper to lay my stencil. And this time I'm going to use that friction pen. That way, since I'm doing it on the top, I can heat it up and erase it. So I'm tracing it out. And remember, if you are having somebody do this, don't worry if they got shakiness, or it doesn't matter, because this will disappear. And I will show you that. Okay. How about I trace it, then we cut it out, and I'll show you. And then we will do the windows. Okay, so if you see, there's the outline. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out. And if you want to know how we did these papers, you can go back and watch a previous Make It Monday episode. Yeah, it's there. Some of them are on YouTube. I haven't gotten them all up on there yet. I need a tech person, but I do the best I can. Okay, so we're cutting this out. And hopefully it looks like a bus. And you can embellish it however you want. You can add more layers. You could even, after we do the windows, you could even add faces. If you cut out the windows, anything's possible. Be creative. Think out of the box. That's always so fun. Okay, I gotta see where the lines are. We don't want a goofy bumper, do we, on our school bus? All right, so this might be good enough, just the way it is. But let's see. I want you to decide. I'm gonna trace the windows, and you let me know if you think it's a good idea to have the windows. Okay, so here's our windows. I think that looks kind of good. I might just leave them just this way. It might be a little hard to cut those out. So let us take a different marker. One that, see, I'm going to show you. This is what happens when you heat it up, okay, with my friction pen. And I can redo it. Let's see if you can see. Okay, I'm going to show you. You see the windows, right? Do you see how the window disappeared? Yeah. So see, if you make oopses, it's okay. So let's put this back. I'm gonna retrace my window on my school bus. And you could cut those out or just leave them just the way they are. I'm gonna get a different marker and I'm gonna outline the windows. Maybe not that marker. Let's see, I'm trying to find one that doesn't smear. And these are the Faber-Castell Pitt pens work pretty good. You could probably use a Sharpie. Just make sure you let it have time to, well, any of these, let it time to, give it time to dry a bit before you would do something on top of it. Now see, I'm going to put those windows, and then let's see what happens if we heat it back up again. They don't disappear. So see how it's fun to have. And see all the lines that I traced on are disappearing. Okay, so there's our school bus. Pretty good, huh? I think so. Okay, so we have an apple, we have a leaf, and we have a school bus. Should we make some cards? I don't know who we're going to send these to, but we can do that. Now, we could even put some other papers on this, but I think I'm just going to, for today, we're going to adhere our shapes to the card. We can always embellish it later and do more. Okay, so let's see. I have these 3 cards. Let's see. I think I'm going to put this apple right on this one. I'm going to do the school bus on this one, and I might put some more stuff on this one. So I'm going to put that one aside because I might put some other papers on that one. And then let's put this leaf. So I'm going to save this, and I will share pictures later. I think my favorite might be the apple. So, all right. I'm going to get my tacky glue on this one. And this tacky glue, I even have a fine tip so I don't get glue everywhere. All right? So, but you have to have pretty good strength to squeeze this. What a great hand exerciser. Sometimes I even have to use 2 hands. And sometimes we have to unclog it a bit. And it has a little tip, but man, when you wear glasses, that's why we have to be so aware of all the needs. Okay, it's not coming out, so let's just go back to regular old ordinary glue. Good old Elmer's glue. You could use tacky glue, but this is what I have close by if it's going to come out. My glue is awfully stuck today. See, and then we get too much coming out. All right, so there's our apple, and I'm going to put it on the card. I'm going to stick it down, and we can have somebody push. Help me. Yep. Oh, I think that's going to be such a good card. All right, let's put the leaf on this. Okay, so this is, let's put a little more glue. Who's going to make some? Do you have some stuff to make them? I bet you do. I'm going to put this, that one was up and down. This one's going to be, and we could even, I'm thinking of other things we could do to it. All right. So we have this one. Ooh, it's kind of shiny. And we have this one. I think they turned out good. But you know, we might need some words on here. So we have, especially since we're getting ready for school, I was thinking, I had these stamps. How about follow your dreams? Now I'm thinking it might, let's see, I think I'm gonna cut, because you could use a paper cutter, but since we're right here, let's see if it fits. Here, I'm gonna make it, we can always trim it down. Okay, so I just cut a strip of paper, and I am gonna get my ink pad, and I'm gonna put it on here. You sure could add faces in the window. That is a great idea. And yeah, sticky fingers are inevitable. Yep. Well, Marlene, if you've popped off, have a great day. Thanks for joining in. Okay, so I'm going to put this down on this. And sometimes it smears a little, but that's okay. It's totally fine. Because that means it just shows that you did it by yourself, or that it's homemade. It's not perfect at all. It's creative. Okay, so we're gonna, I'm not sure which one we should do. Here, let's see, what other phrase do I have? I have live, laugh, love, or how about just hello? Should we print this one on this? I'm going to try printing it on the leaf. Let's see how it turns out. Ooh, I think that looks good. See? Yeah. So, all right, so we're going to glue this on. Is it making you think about cards you can make? Okay. All right. So we have 2 cards we made today. I'm going to work on more later. Got a few things on the plan today, but we have follow your dreams and just a simple hello. Excuse me. Okay. So you could decorate these however you want. You could put paper behind that, and you don't forget you can put something inside too. But I like to put something on the back that shows that whoever made it. So I have this stamp that says handmade by. So I like to put it on the back. And then, see how it, handmade by, and then I put my name or whatever in there so they know who made it. Now, many of our friends have a little difficulty writing, but we have, lots of times we have name stamps or just the letters of your name. Now, it might not fit in there, but there's all different options. You could cut out little pieces of paper, and I'm just going to put my name, Pam, on the back. I don't have to give a whole lot of information, especially if you're sending this to somebody you don't know. If you don't want to put your name, that's okay. You could just handmade by a friend, and that would be fine too. All right, so there's that card, and I'm going to see what else I'm going to do to this one. So stay tuned later. So let me see. I'm going to clean up a bit. So that's our Make It Monday for today. Some simple things. And I'm going to keep working on these today. And of course, I always share pictures. And you can ask questions in the comments. I'd love it. And we're going to do more of the same next week. I do believe we have another week of using our tidbits and our papers. I will always share what we're going to do, okay, and what materials we need. So I'm going to say goodbye and do some more work. That's a sign for work. And check in later, okay? So you guys have a great Monday. Be creative. Think out of the box. Always ask questions. Let me know what you like, what you're looking for. I'd appreciate it. And if you want more information, go to my website, www.Pam's Den of Creative Fun, and check out all the stuff that's there. And you can always sign up and get more information, the newsletter, and check out the blogs that are there. Let me know if there's something you think you'd like to find out more information about. I think I already said that. But all right, guys, have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.